Daily Hodl, 78 billion with 9 zeros, exits U.S. banking system in 1 week. As JP Morgan CEO issues alert on deposit flights. So pretty much a deposit exit. U.S. banks are witnessing a big increase in deposit flights from their customers. Bank of America, different units. You have some issues with Wells Fargo and different other banks, man. According to the newly updated, compelled by the Federal Reserve Economical Data, which is FRED system, 78 billion exited American banks from July 5th to July 12th. So that's a few weeks ago. The deposit exit follows a 2-week period of relatively stability in the system as big banks invest significantly levels of cash to their third-party intermediaries to bring in new deposits. Banks are feeling the pressure to compete with higher yielding money markets. The JP Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon just issued warning to shareholders on banking sector's need to keep up the demands for higher rates and avoid further deposits flights. In Wall Street Journal, there is a very little pricing power in most of our business, and betas are going up. Let's see. Autonomous research and analyst Brian Foran said Dimon's report represents a definite curb your enthusiasm moment, as a show on HBO, for banks after an industry-wide surge in second quarter profits. According to the Fed, the 742 billion in deposits have left the banking system in the last year. And U.S. banks now have a total of 17 trillion in deposits on their balance sheets. U.S. banks are also bracing for fallout in the commercial real estate sector, fueled by the emergence of remote and hybrid work environments. The recent report of the SP sector and product Global Markets Intelligence found 576 American banks are overexposed to commercial real estate loans based on regulatory guidelines, which represents an increase of 30% compared to 1 year ago. So we have an exodus, man, a mass departure relating to the exodus of deposits, man. That report is Daily Hodl. That was about a couple of days ago. That was July 21st, 2023. Was another report relating to Friends of the Prophets. He was talking about relating to the Fed now. What was that report? Something with withdrawals, and they can't get access to their accounts or something. I believe is and pretty much the banks didn't give it, they couldn't give an explanation. So it could be like a test run, a pilot or test run of relating to, he's giving an analogy of railroad tracks that, for example, he was saying that CSX, Union Pacific, different entities using that railroad track, you know, all using that railroad track, and which, but the railroad track is being upgraded, is being changed to integrate a new system to where you can continue to operate on that railroad. I'm just giving an analogy, as he was stating. So, and that FedNow is part of that upgrade, man, where all the systems conglomerate going to combine to use that same road to the path to that, man. So they have to use that same road to that railroad, which is the FedNow, which is ultimately was going to merge all these things to come together to, you know, come with that, man. So they upgrading, they changing, they infrastructurally, economically, infrastructurally, and they're pretty much remodifying, refurbishing financially, man. You know, so all these entities so can come on board eventually as one, man. So they doing test runs where we're relating to the deposits in their accounts, relating to their banks accounts. Something's happening where they can't get access, or, you know, and they can't get a definitive explanation on why certain things, man, because they probably doing these test runs. They doing the upgrading system. They doing doing these runs, man, to see how certain things are. They upgrading it, man. You know, to ultimately where everything has to fall in line with that in order to eventually operate, man. So basically, the FedNow is like that railroad track that all have to eventually go on, man. You know what I mean? It's just remodifying. You know what I mean? It's getting the hiccups out, in a matter of speaking, and remodifying to we're all going to have to pretty much run on that run track, man, financial track, man. So that was a report relating to that. I seen that somewhere. It was one of Men in the Truth. I think it's Friends of the Prophets. One of his videos, I seen that. So he's talking about that. He's giving an analogy of description of that. So that's what's happening, man. So they upgrading their to a new system, man. You know what I mean? And they incrementally, slowly, that's why you see in these banks, different bank entities get on board with that. All right, let me go to Shalak for the talking. I just wanted to explain it a little bit. Revelations. Revelations 13:15, going down. And he had power to give life into the image of the beast, and the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship it, the image of the beast shall be KILLED, man. So the power has been given to him to exercise authority and to make the people comply. If not, basically it'll be a consequence, man. Number 16, and he calls all both small, great, rich, poor, free, and bond to receive the MARK in their right hand or forehead. So it's going to go right, left, or the head. And that relates to all denominations, whether small, great, rich, poor, free, bond, homeless. None are going to be exempt from, none is not going to be an exception, or none are going to be exempt from participating in certain matters, man. It's not going to be a respecter of persons relating to this, man. Number 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that he had the MARK and the number of the beast, or the number of his name, man. So you're not going to be able to, if you don't comply, ultimately, you're not going to be able to participate normally in society, because there's going to be a transitional change, man. The system that we have now eventually will go out, and a new system is going to take its place, man. And to get on board with that new system, you're going to have to do certain things. If you're not, you're going to be a pariah, which is an outcast or an outcast of society, man. Number 18. Here's the wisdom, and let him have the understanding, count the number of his name, number of the beast, for what is the number of a man, and the number is 606 scores. Cause stigma, the human barcode, man. I'm that product. I'll be like that product at Walmart that you scan, man. And when you scan, it identifies what's on that product, man. So you're gonna be that human product code, man. And that's what that is, man. So they're gonna be able to identify all the things that's on that specific product. You're that human product, man. Your birth certificate, personal information, medical, financial, different things. You know what I mean? So that barcode is you, man. Man, remember the 6 industrial revolution, man. Revolution. Man and technology. Man becomes the technology because man merges with technology, man. You know, so you're going to be the smart man, the smart woman through a certain device that's going to be implemented aggressively among all people, man. It's going to be aggressively mandatory, man. Because an old way is coming out and a new way is coming in, man. And it's in gradual steps, man. Gradualism, man. Incremental steps, man. And that's what you see, man. The Fed now is a part of the precursors of that incremental steps, man. And that's what you're going to see. And it's going to build up to different levels, man. And that's why you're going to see people concerned about the dark side of that. Is there privacy concerns? Do you really have the flexibility of freedom in different things, man? That remains to be seen. This is Zayah Wolf. I want to give all praise Yahweh Bashim Yoshua Bashim Rakakadash. Zayah Wolf Shalom.